All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the Living the Dream podcast. Today we have Aquila Fox, who is an entrepreneur in the Austin area with us, and she's going to be telling us a little bit about herself and her dreams and her goals. Aquila, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for asking. All right, well, we hop right into it on the podcast. So why don't we go ahead and get started with you telling us a little bit about your family, where you're from, and how you grew up, and what you like to do for fun.
Well, I'm from Tacoma, Washington. So it's like 35-ish minutes south of Seattle. So I'm a West Coast girl. True and through. It definitely runs in my veins. But I've bounced all around the last 10 years. I lived in West Virginia. I've lived in Pennsylvania. And now obviously I'm living in Austin, and kind of making my dreams happen. I am the oldest of 6 girls. So lots of personalities.
Yep.
Lots of personalities. Family is huge to me. So my mom, my dad, my stepmom, my grandma, my aunt, and all of my sisters, they mean the world to me. Kind of jumping ahead, but one of my collections is actually named after all of my younger sisters. So we'll get into that later, but that's kind of a big thing in my business was family. It's family built. It's built around my family. My investors are my family, so that's kind of how I got started. Before I was an entrepreneur, I was a college softball coach for 5 years in Pennsylvania, which I thought was going to be the rest of my life. Like, if you asked me a year and a half ago, I thought I was going to be in sweats at the office for the rest of my life and traveling on weekends to play games. So it's kind of been a big shift. My dreams, those are kind of up in the air right now.
Yeah. Well, we'll hop into that. We'll hop into that in a second. And we'll kind of parse it out. But
sure.
So we know you were a college softball coach that went into entrepreneurship because of the pandemic. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And you've been kind of bouncing around for the past 10 years, and family is huge to you, and you're the oldest of 6 girls.
Mm-hmm.
So you're running your business now. Is that kind of what you do for fun too? Or do you have other things that you kind of hop into?
This is my full-time love of my life, gets all my attention right now. I'm making it work. I try to hit at least like 3 vendor markets a weekend or a week, usually. Try to, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, things like that. Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. And I literally just do this. So I wasn't one of those people who was like killing themselves with a full-time job and on their passion.
Yep.
I kind of got the short end of the stick with the pandemic and had no security. So like, what better time than any to kind of just dive right into this and make it everything I want it to be without any other distractions. So
Epic. I like it. So your business is really getting all of your attention right now.
Yes, for sure.
But it's fun. You enjoy it.
Oh my gosh. It is literally one, it's the easiest way to meet people in Austin. I meet thousands of people a week, like just talking, hearing their stories, even if they don't like purchase from me or anything like that, like still just getting to know people and making connections in Austin. It's really that's been probably like one of the most rewarding things of kind of just throwing myself out there, was getting to do that.
Yeah, no, for sure. I love that. That's also what I love to do, talk to people and hear their stories. So, okay. I like it. So let's get into your motivation a little bit. Why this business? Why are you doing what you're doing?
Wow. So we're going to get a little deep real quick, because it's how this all started. I was diagnosed with bipolar type 2 depression back in October of 2020. So we were in full-fledged pandemic, kind of feeling like we were coming out of a lockdown, but we really weren't. And when I moved here in May, it was really hard to find a job. I couldn't find anything like nobody was really hiring and all that jazz. So July came around, I started just playing with different stuff to give away as like Christmas presents and stuff. Cause I was like, well, your girl's broke. Like, haven't had a job since literally March 17th is when the world went down. So I was doing different like lotions and skincare and just kind of playing around with stuff. And I started making bath bombs. And then I gave them away to friends. They were like, oh my gosh, these are amazing. Like I was putting CBD in them. And they're like, these are amazing. You have to sell them. You have to sell them. You have to sell them. And then I was like, I don't know. And then I kind of went away from it like for a couple months, started like trying to really focus on finding a job and all that again. And then October, I got this diagnosis and I was like, oh, what are we going to do? Like, I've tried antidepressants before and they haven't worked for me. And so I was really like in a vulnerable place. And I was just like, all right, well, I know that cannabis in all forms helps me stay level. And I was already doing the bath bombs with the CBD in them for my knee, which I had messed up in college and for like all my family members. So I was like, well, we're going to throw this pebble out there and see how it takes. And, luckily Clubhouse popped off, like it did. And I was like getting DMs, like talking about my business on Clubhouse a lot. And so I was getting like orders after order after order. And I was like, oh shoot, this could really be a business. Like I could, like it was a little bit, but then I was like, oh, this could really get popping. So I started selling over through Clubhouse and Instagram and stuff. And then did my first market in December, which was amazing. I did it with the HBCU out here in Austin. And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. I can only work 4 hours and I can make how much? Like, say less. You feel me? Say less. Like, what? I had to dedicate 6 hours one day a week to make this money. I was busting tables and working as a coach and still working as a bartender to try and just make ends meet. And I'm out here making all that in 4 hours. Oh, we got to make this work. So after the market, obviously things kind of got a little scary again with COVID, like the winter and all that. So there weren't really any opportunities. But then another one came out around Easter and I was like, all right, this is my chance. Like markets are opened up again. Like, I don't mind wearing a mask. I'm vaccinated, let's see what we could do with this. So, I started going to markets every weekend and now it's just been rolling ever since April. So it's been a hell of a ride, but it definitely has been worth it.
Yeah. No, that is really cool. Cool. And so the pandemic kind of plunged you into this kind of back against the wall. And then your diagnosis also made you like, okay, we gotta.
Yep.
I feel that. And so just a little follow-up question to that. When you really started like doubting yourself or you were really like just in your head about it, what were some of the things you did or kind of said to yourself, or how'd you get through it?
Oh, it took a minute. It really, like after that first market and everything kind of going like dropping really, really low, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is stupid. Why did I ever think this would work? And it was really the support of my friends and family, like that were like, no, like your product's dope. Like you have to keep pushing, not just for you, but when I'm making products, it's saving my life, it's giving me purpose and not having a purpose as far as like an external purpose, like something that's you're giving yourself to and it's giving back and it's just as rewarding. Cause I was living in my dream, so I wasn't a millennial that was trapped in like this job they hated or whatever the case may be. Like I played college softball. I played softball my whole life. Like I thought this was I was set. Like, what? I got into my career field at 24. Like, I'm about to be 29. Like, can't tell me nothing. Like, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And then it's like, oh, you thought.
Yeah.
You thought. Like, God has something intended for the whole world that was different. And that piece of it, I really struggled with talking about, because a lot of people were like, oh, like, you know, everybody's unemployed. Everybody's going through this. And I'm like, yes, but hear me out. Y'all hated your jobs. Y'all didn't want to do what you were doing. I was living my dream, you know, like,
yeah,
it's a little bit, the knife turned just a little bit more when it came to me, it felt like. And so, I really, really, really just relied on my family and my friends to like keep my head focused. And like, I thank them every day for all the support that they gave me. When I was hitting that low of just like, I can't get a job. I can't make a business work. I'm not going back to school. Like, what am I going to school for? I don't even want to go back to school type of deal. So, yeah, that is really the biggest thing, is like, I doubted myself more than anybody, and everybody at first was like, well, you're starting a business. I was like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm da 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 da. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm not doing it. And they were like, no, remember you said you was doing it. Like, okay, yeah, you're right. Like, they're like, you have orders. You need to get these orders out. Like, come on, what needs to happen? Like, how can we help you? That was really, and it was like, all right, like, having that support really like pushed me right back into what I needed. So come April, I was ready to hit the markets, and I've been going. I do three markets a week, 3 times like 3 weeks out of the month. So I only take 1 weekend off, and the rest of it is like go, go, go.
Yeah. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And I'm glad that your family and friends were there to hold you accountable and get your head on straight, because you need those people around you to support you.
For sure.
Okay. Before we get into your dreams, just tell us a little bit more about how your business works. So you're saying you're going to market and selling these products, but a little bit more about what you sell and also how you make it. Okay.
So I started out the whole business with CBD bath bombs that have 100 milligrams of CBD in them. All of my ingredients are ethically sourced. We try to do as minimum waste as possible. And then with those, I make sure that I'm burning like sage before, like I'll sage my house before I make them. While I'm making I burn Palo Santo, and I'll do like different incense depending on like what I'm feeling that day. And then afterwards, like everything's cleaned with Florida water. It's a very spiritual process for me. All 3 of those elements kind of have helped me on my spiritual journey. So I want to make sure that I'm putting all of that into my products so that people, when they're taking these baths, because a bath is so intimate, you know, like you're literally like, my product is literally touching the most intimate part of people. So I wanted something that was safe, for the skin, for the body, and the mind. So all of the bath bombs are made with essential oils instead of fragrance oils. So while you're bathing, you're getting that aromatherapy, depending on what you need. I offer 15 different bath bomb fragrances, essential oil scents, whatever you want to call it, that are like made to do specific things. So like earlier I talked about how like 5 of my bath bombs are named after my little sisters. And I let them design them, like the essential oil blends for what they wanted. So my sister right under me, her name's Keisha. She actually has a clothing line that she started too, but her bath bomb is called the Cash Money Maker, because the girl came out of the pandemic with 27 jobs. And that's what I tell people when I'm like, giving them the spiel, like the girl graduated with a degree in biology, and now she's out here coding, designing websites, like has a swimsuit line, like she's doing her thing. So obviously we work together on like, all right, we want a moneymaker bomb. Like this bomb, you when you want those intentions to come true, when you're doing the work, when you're manifesting these things, like this bomb is just, I'm putting it in the universe that this bomb's going to bring you, you know, prosperity, fortune, and all of that. So it has black pepper, bergamot, lavender, and sandalwood in it. And it's one of my top sellers and people like love it. So, so each of the, my other 4 sisters got to do the same thing. We kind of talked through their processes with that. And then I just kind of have like the standard essential oils of like orange, lavender, eucalyptus, like that. So I was doing just bath bombs for up until the beginning of June. And then I added in bath salts with 100 milligrams of CBD. And what's cool about those is you can dose them to like how much you want. So if you only want like 50 milligrams of CBD, you only pour in half of the tube of bath salts. Then I have lotion with 100 milligrams of CBD. And right now they're kind of studying the effects of CBD use a lot in like areas that you use lotion a lot, to help with like early onset arthritis. So for me and my knee, like I use my lotion on it every day to kind of track my own effects and do my own kind of study to see how like my pain management is going. And it's definitely, I've been seeing an improvement, and that makes me extremely ecstatic because like, you know, when you're selling things, sometimes people don't always believe like it's true. And it's like, for me, it's like, no, I actually use my products. Like I take a bath 3 times a week. I use my lotion every day. You know, like, so what I'm selling is all an extension of me and myself. It's not just, you know, the average lush bath bomb where it's going to sparkle and glitter. Like these bath bombs are intentional, as well as all my products, but my bath bombs are my babies. So I always talk about them more.
Yeah. No, I feel that. That's awesome. Yeah. And so you're making every single one of them. You haven't like outsourced any of the manufacturing of Epic.
I make everything by myself.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I did hire an intern, so maybe.
Oh, gotcha.
She probably won't be making anything, but.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and hop into your dreams. So what are your dreams? Just for your life, but we could also talk about just goals for the business.
Okay.
Whichever you prefer.
I don't really have any dreams right now. I know that sounds weird to say, but I'm not dreaming of anything. Like there is an opportunity, hopefully, that's going to be opening up in the next couple of months. Italy is looking to do residencies for small business owners to come and kind of repopulate like these dying cities. So I'm not really calling it a dream. I'm calling it like a goal, because I'm trying to move to Italy after I get She Is High Key on the map. And I want to actually create an Airbnb out there. So that's one of the, if you move there to like, not Airbnb, but a bed and breakfast, sorry. So if you move to Italy to start a bed and breakfast, they will pay you to do it.
Epic.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not saying it's a dream. It's really just like, no, like as soon as applications open up, I'm doing the damn thing. Like no one can tell me differently. So that's kind of like my biggest goal dream right now for my life. But business wise, definitely dreaming, but also kind of just goals. And like, my goal has been to get into a store, and I'm actually going to be in a store, within the next couple of weeks. Like I'm going to be getting my bath bombs into a brick and mortar, which is super exciting. Another goal was, to hire an intern. Like I told you, I just did that. So I'm trying not to dream as much as just calling things what I want to happen a reality. Like I'm trying to manifest this as things that are going to happen rather than things that I'm wishing to happen. Like, everybody dreams to be, a successful small business owner turned big venture capitalist type deal. And That's not really me. I'm not even a fan of like money, really.
Yeah.
Like if I could just like live comfortably, like and minimally, that would be me. But also still have shoes because I like shoes. Everybody has their weakness, and I am okay with admitting I have a weakness for shoes.
Yeah. No, I feel that. So I guess this is just a follow-up question to that. If you had all the money in the world and all the time in the world, would you be living your life exactly as you are right now?
No.
What would you be doing?
I would be living in Costa Rica, in creating a sanctuary, a safe haven sanctuary for the LGBT community.
Living in Costa Rica and creating a safe haven for the LGBTQ community.
And one of my homegirls actually already does that, so I would just be living in her sanctuary. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask a follow-up question? This wasn't in the scripted question, so you don't have to answer. But,
No. Go ahead.
But what's stopping you from just going to live in the safe haven with your homegirl?
I want to build my brand. Like I love what I do, so I'm just not there yet, and I'm not ready. Like that's like what I'm thinking. Like I want to chill for the rest of my life. Like I still want to go and I want to live in Italy. Like before I get there, so it's probably like a 10 to 15 year, maybe when I'm 40,
Yeah.
45. I don't know. I'm not even 30 yet. So
epic.
We'll see. I don't turn 30 until January.
Oh, young.
Kind of scary. Kind of scary.
No, you're still so young.
But, yeah. But yeah, so that's it. It's just like once I love my brand. Like I named my brand She Is High Key because I'm key and I like to get high and cannabis is saving my life.
Yeah.
So, like I really want to see this business thrive as much as possible. And even if that is in Italy, like that makes more sense. But once I get to Costa Rica, the business is done.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, kick my feet up.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I love it. Okay. So right now, kind of the biggest goal is like building the brand, getting to Italy, doing that bed and breakfast. And then 10, 15 years down the road, Costa Rica in the LGBTQ safe haven community.
Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
Simple.
Yeah.
Simple.
So if somebody were to help you with your dream right now, whether it be the safe haven community for LGBTQ people in 10 to 15 years or building your brand or getting to Italy, how would they do it?
I definitely say as far as building my brand, other
than having you on their podcast, how would they do it?
No, straight up. I love it. Funding, honestly, like this is a grind, and obviously not obviously, but it's all built off of me. Like I had no capital going into this. I had literally nothing when I started, except a couple Amazon gift cards where I was able to get supplies. Like that's how I started this business literally a year ago. And just having a little bit more capital, I think I would be able to maneuver. I want to expand. I want to go to more markets in different states. And a lot of the bigger markets cost more than your girl got to pay. Mm-hmm. So, like the $50, $60 markets I can do. But once we start getting into like $400 for a spot, like 400, that's what I'm making a day. Like, like type of deal. So I think definitely just having more capital to be able to expand would be like the biggest blessing in the world for me.
Yeah. No, love it. And so if there was a number for how much capital you needed, do you have an idea of what it would be? Just kind of a vague, maybe range, or is that just something you hasn't crossed the mind yet? Either answer.
It hasn't really crossed my mind. I never really thought about it. Like, dang, if someone could just hand me a check to help me start my business or grow my business, like how much would that be?
Yeah. Do you know how much you spend in right now to like get the materials and per month?
Ooh, yes.
You don't have to share it because we're on a podcast.
It is a large number. It is a large number for somebody with no other streams of income. So, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel that. Well,
I couldn't even. I would have to sit and think about this for a minute.
Yeah. No, that's perfectly fine. Well, maybe we'll have to have you back on the podcast, and then we can, when you have the number, we can talk about it and how to get investors to you, because I like to help people accomplish their dreams and goals. And
of course, yeah.
I think there are people who would love your business, love you, and be willing to invest a couple thousand, tens of thousands, whatever it may be.
Thanks. You're gonna make me blush.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now we kind of got your dreams. We kind of get how people could help you funding. And obviously, if anybody is hearing this podcast and wants to help fund Aquila, feel free to reach out to her. Her contact info will be in the show notes, and y'all can draft something up and negotiate it, whatever
help
it may
us
be.
Out.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're going to jump into our thriving three, which are, I like to ask people questions about what they're learning, how they care for themselves, and action they can take. Because I think learning, taking care of yourself, and action are the three biggest things that people need to do. So to capture the learning aspect of it, I always ask people what their favorite book is. So what's yours? And if you don't have a favorite book, favorite podcast, or
favorite book of like all time.
Yep.
It's Harry Potter.
That's great.
I love Prisoner of Azkaban. The way that J.K. Rowling wrote that book, I felt like I've reread that book a lot of times.
So just curious, because usually the book is like some like sort of success literature. So what about that book did it for you?
Listen, when you just were reading it and you saw like at the end how much love Sirius had for Harry and his family, and the lengths he was willing to go to prove like his innocence, and that he was still like not the person he said, it just really like it just hit home for me.
Yeah.
He's like top 5 favorite characters. It sounds so weird because I don't usually admit this to anyone.
Well, you've admitted it to the world now. So.
No, and it's so funny because I actually have a Harry Potter tattoo. Epic.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm a true pothead in 2 different forms.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Definitely. Sure. And, you know, movie-wise, it's my go-to movie, too. Like, if I'm getting ready to slip into a low, I'm like, all right, and I need to put my big girl pants on and make orders or make bath bombs, I will throw Harry Potter on and make bath bombs, or listen to, I have it on tape, too. So I listen to the Harry Potter book on tape.
Hey, nothing wrong with it. Their own.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm a true believer.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's ever trivia, now y'all know the answer about me.
That's actually a good idea, trivia. I might have to set that up. But okay, what is one way you like to care for yourself?
Baths.
Dude, I love that.
Straight up, because that is literally like, I'll take a bath for any reason. I'll take a bath in the morning, take a bath in the afternoon, take a bath at night, take a bath in the middle of the night. Even before I started my company, I was already like, basically everything I put in my bath bomb, I've been putting in my bath for a while now. Besides like what holds it all together. But that's been my biggest way. And I know it sounds like corny because I don't really look at baths as a way of self-care anymore. Like, it's too trendy for me, but it's literally like the combination of essential oils and the CBD and the actual bath, like, coming together just always puts my mind at ease. Like, it doesn't matter if I just came out, you know, of whatever situation. If I take a bath, I'm like, all right, well, and take a bath and smoke a blunt.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, all right, we can do this, girl.
Yeah.
So,
I feel that. I feel
yeah.
that. Okay. And what is one action step you could take right now to get to that dream of getting some funding to build your brand?
Every morning I look for small business grants and apply for them. So I try to apply to at least like two a morning. It's not a lot, but it's better than none, just to kind of throw it out there. Cast my net, see if anybody is digging my vibe and what I'm selling. And I'm not very big on like, you have to try this. Like, I'm very like, if you feel my vibe and you feel like that's something that you want to be a part of, like, your intimate ritual, like, and I don't ever want anybody from the outside to like put a different energy in, you know, like, I want it to still be very like, this is authentic. This is me. This is like what I'm trying to do to save myself and save other people who may be suffering. And suffering can be from anywhere from I've had customers reach out to me that have been going through bad divorces, and they've taken a bath and they're like, I literally didn't think about it at all, to people who have like physical ailments such as sciatica, arthritis, like different things like that. And they'll be like, this bath helped me, you know, achieve this. So I never want to, I didn't want, this was like kind of my hardest struggle as well. Like, I never wanted to bring anybody in that would damage that side of it. Like, this is very holistic, like, big picture. Like, it took me a while to find my intern and to make sure that, like, do your spiritual notions align with mine? Like, you know, like, I take these steps, these precautions to make sure my space is sacred when I'm creating these products. So definitely anybody who feels that, like, I hope that I would find them. I hope that I attract them in the universe, however they may come. I put it out there that that's what I want. And that's what I'm standing firm on. Like, if at any point, if I have to sell out, like, that's when it's time to move to Costa Rica, I guess.
Yeah. No, for sure. So just curious, would you be open to like trading equity in the business for that capital if it was the right person?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And I guess my other question is, have you thought about how your business is going to scale? Because like right now you're creating all the products. So like when it comes to scale, it's like, say you're in 50 states and 200 cities. You're going to drive yourself crazy.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. I definitely would want to build my team with individuals who have that same passion and process. Like, you know, like, it doesn't matter if I'm still making them in my apartment or making them in a warehouse. Like, we gonna burn this stage in this warehouse.
Yeah.
You know, not only because there will be several requirements, but my biggest requirement is that my practices stay true to what they are. And if that means that I don't end up like Lush, then that is totally okay with me. Because that's also something that I don't aspire to be Lush.
Yeah.
I think that one of the best things about being a traveling vendor is connection. Because I'm not rushed to make a sale.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk you through this whole process. When people buy my bath bombs, I let them know when the water is rising, set your intentions. What do you want out of this bath? What do you want to sit in this bath and think about? What first 3 to 5 minutes you're sitting in there? What are you trying to release? What do you want to let go of in this bath? So that when you pull that plug, all of that negativity washes away and all you think about is what was filling you up while that bath was rising. Down to, I give recommendations of cannabis strain and alcohol that goes with the bath bomb. So I have, excuse me, sorry, there's something in my eye. My middle sister, Tiana, her bath bomb's called the Snooze with TT. The girl likes to nap a lot, so she does what she does. But so I offer, I say smoke an indica with this bath bomb, and drink you a glass of red wine and tell your kids, your husband, your wife, whatever, your partner, whoever they want to be, to get the hell away from you, because this bath is going to be about you. You're going to smoke your blunt, you're going to drink your red wine, and you're going to take your ass to sleep. And it's going to be the best damn sleep you had in a while. Like, that's how personal my process is. And even in teaching my intern, like, no, these are intentional bath bombs. Like, these are spiritual bath bombs. These are cleansing bath bombs. These are releasing everything that, goes into this process. I'm making sure the vibe is passed with flying colors,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. Well, that's epic. Is there anything else that you want to chat about before we go ahead and head out?
You can shop Shiosaki. Send me your address so I can send you some bath bombs, some lotions, some shower steamers, all that good stuff.
Yeah, no. And all that information will definitely be down in the show notes. Anything that she wants to communicate to y'all and how you can contact her, get in business with her, buy some stuff from her, it'll all be there. I guess just one follow-up question I was going to ask is, oh, dang, now I'm blanking on it. Oh, that really sucks.
It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully I'll be back. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, for sure. You definitely will be. Maybe I'll just ask it to you if I remember it after the podcast. Yeah. Man, that is really annoying.
I hate when I do that. Really do that.
Okay.
Yeah. No, thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Yeah, no, of course. I love it. And I love to hear your dreams and your goals and how I can help. So it's just what I'm passionate about. So if you were listening to this podcast and you liked Aquila, or you liked her business, or you liked anything that you heard, feel free to reach out to her. It'll be down in the show notes. Feel free to help her with her funding, maybe recommend some small business grants, whatever it may be. Any way we can add value, that's what we're trying to do, trying to build that community. So on that note, Aquila, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're going to head out now. See ya.
Awesome.